So I wanted to point something out with this was a Infowars video. Let's see. Trump arrives in Davos, immediately confronts globalists. Okay, that's the name of it on the Real Alex Jones channel. And it's just supposed to be a nice shot of the sky over Davos. Make that go away. But it's not. It's really clearly not. Because you have these crazy artificial streaks across the sky, which would be the stratospheric aerosol injections. God, fuck. I mean, Jesus, it sounds fucking insane. How the fuck do I tell anybody this? How? What the hell? I mean, right here. Really dark streak of clouds, right going right by the sun, which, by the way, is like totally weird, misshapen. This what you're seeing is not the super oversaturated brightness is not the sun. That's a projection of the sun onto these clouds. Because when you look at this blob in the sky with something like a welding glass, what you'll see is just like only the tiny center of it is what's supposed to be the sun, and the rest of it shouldn't be enlarged like that. If the light was coming in at straight lines as it should, because the sun is so far away, then we wouldn't have this projection effect. Like if you had a flashlight, when you have just a regular flashlight and you have it in front of you and you project it onto the wall, the light in your hand is a lot smaller than what is actually up on the wall. And that's exactly what's happening here. So that light being produced can't be by our sun, or not all of it is by our sun. There has to be something projecting the light onto this stratospheric aerosol injection screen up in the sky. God damn. That just sounds so fucking crazy, but that's exactly what's going on. You can see it in even Davos, the place where supposedly all of the globalists, all of the most elite people in the fucking world are meeting right now to decide how the world is going to work for another year. But even there, they're trying to cover it up. So I don't know who actually knows about this. Sun's supposedly still up here, but yet already on the horizon it's this orange glow. That shouldn't happen technically by normal standards until the sun is getting lower and the light is coming through more of the atmosphere. But from down here, that means that there's some other, maybe another light source that's producing that, or it cannot be coming just from this blob up in the sky. That can't be the orange. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't work. And this is the kind of shit that I see in the sky every single day. I just step outside my door. I look up. This is exactly the same kind of shit. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, apparently. This is what they're doing. I know they're doing it. You have their terms that they use is called geoengineering, and one of those things that they do is stratospheric aerosol injections. In the past, it had a kind of name. It was called in the past chemtrails. But since that got a bad name, they decided to rename it stratosphere aerosol injections. But I think it's just the same thing. I'm not really sure. But you see in places like Colorado, the I just searched geoengineering Colorado, and one of the first things that came up was a PDF from the University of Colorado, and it talks about how these are it's actually spraying things into the air, and specifically they pointed out um, aluminum, thorium, barium, and one other metal. I can't remember what it was. But it specifically called them out and said that, yeah, we spray that into the air to help. So they say, to reflect the light back so that global warming isn't as intense. But it doesn't make any sense. Well, what it does sound like, though, is you have just a whole bunch of heavy metals. And one of the, not necessarily a good thing about heavy metals, but metals in general, is that it's very reflective. And the whole term back in the day of going to the movies was going to see the silver screen. It was because the screen was actually a little like glittery, as I understand. I'm not sure about that, but there was a reason why they called it the silver screen. It was more reflective. It was better at projecting or casting the light back from the projection onto the crowd or something. Just So I feel like it would be pretty reasonable to assume that the main reason they want to be putting these metals into the air would be to create a screen. It totally looks like it too. But this was just a normal broadcast from InfoWars. They thought they were getting a nice shot of this the town city whatever of Davos, but doesn't even really understand what they're actually looking at, I don't think.